Good morning, my dear student. You see, continue with your previous class. The next chapter, the name of the chapter is the force and the laws of motion. You have already seen the force. What is force? You see, the force is pull or push on an object is called the force. You know it from your previous class, means class 8. But the effect of force, so many terms are there, you know it. Next part is the balance and unbalanced force. It also discussed in your previous class. Balanced force means the algebraic sum of all forces is 0. That means algebraic sum, why it will use the algebraic sum? Force is a vector quantity. So it has a particular direction. That means it is minus and plus sign. So when you use the algebraic words, that time it will follow the vector rules and the minus and plus sign. When you see the resultant force will be the 0, that means it will be the balance force. Suppose the books is on the table, it is rest, so it must be the balance force. Balance force means so many forces are there, you know it, because the weight of this object on this table and reaction force by the table on the books and the frictional force are there. So many forces are there and the object is at rest, so the sum of the all forces will be 0. If you see the object is in uniform motion, that time it will be the balance force. So from the balance and unbalanced force concept of those words, balance force creates the object is at rest or uniform motion. Unbalanced force, it creates the object is in accelerated motion. That means it will not be the uniform motion. So unbalanced force means the algebraic sum of all forces on an object will not be the 0. Means if you add all the forces on that object, means algebraic sum of all the forces on that object will not be the 0, that time it will be the unbalanced force. So from the definition of those forces, those physical quantities, you know the object is in accelerated motion when you apply the unbalanced force. So start from this Newton's first law. You know the definition of the first law. From your books you know it. When the object is at rest, unless it will be in rest or in uniform motion. When you are not, the first law of motion, for inertia of motion, first law of motion. According to this law, everybody continues in its state of rest. So the object is at rest. Everybody continues in its state of rest. It will be a rest on the table. Table also rest on the floor. Okay? In its state of rest or uniform motion. Uniform motion means no change in velocity. Uniform motion. So no acceleration is there. Uniform motion in a straight line. So what is the meaning of it? If the object changes direction, if the object changes its state, that time requires some unbalanced force on that object. So if you are not apply on that object any type of unbalanced force, that time object will move along the straight line, uniform motion. Am I clear? Unless compelled by some external force. Which type of external force? The unbalanced external force. It is not the balanced force. Unbalanced external force to change that state. To change that state. So you must be sincere about the three words from that sentence. One is the object is at rest. First question, first word. Uniform motion. Second word. The object is in motion, but nature of the motion is uniform. And third word is the straight line. It will move in a straight line. That means if the object is moving in a straight line, it must be uniform motion. If it changes direction, that time you apply the force on that object. Means, if change its velocity, you know it, change its velocity creates some acceleration. So that time the nature of the curve will be this. That means it follows that. Am I clear? If you draw the VT graph, the nature of this. So this is the uniform motion. Okay? With a straight line. If the change its path, that time you apply the force on that object. Which type of force? The unbalanced force. Am I clear? So this formula, this law, you must be sincere about the three words. One is the rest object or the uniform motion and with a straight line. If you are not apply any type of external force, which type of? The unbalanced external force. Am I clear? So this formula, this law, the three words are very important. You must be sincere about the three words. Okay. So next part, explain it an example. Example means so many examples are there, first law, second law and third law, and the example of inertia and example of first law will be the same. So you check it. The inertia means, what is inertia? The object always try to in its original state. Try to stay in original state. Means, if the object is in rest, it will try to in rest. If the object is in uniform motion, it also try to in uniform motion. Okay. If any kinds of unbalanced force acts on this object, the object cannot change its position. This is the inertia. This is the inertia. From your books you see it, the property of a body by virtue of which it opposes or resists any change in its state of rest or uniform motion is called inertia of a body. Okay. So inertia means, you see the object try to always in its original position. Position means it will be rest or it will be in uniform motion. The definition of inertia and the first law both are correlated. So inertia also called the first law of Newton's. Okay. Motion and direction. That means how many types of inertia? Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. Suppose a great example for your daily life. When you are in bus, means you are in a passenger. You are a passenger inside the bus. Bus is moving on the road, and the velocity of the bus, speed of the bus will be gradually increased. Suddenly, the driver applying the brake on the bus. What happened? That time the passenger will move in forward direction. Am I clear? The passenger will move in forward direction. Why is it? Because the passenger also try to in same speed, same velocity. Suddenly, driver apply the brake on the bus. The lower part of the passenger will be try to stop it. But the upper part, due to its motion, the passenger will move in forward direction. It is the inertia of motion. In the opposite sense, if the bus suddenly increases its velocity, that time you see you will be jerked in backward direction. Due to the increasing velocity, the lower part of the bodies will be increased, but upper part will be same. So it will not try to in increasing order. So that time you will be jerked in backside. Am I clear? So this is the inertia of rest. Inertia of direction means object will move in a uniform motion, but suddenly you see road is banking or obstacle is there or anybody is there. You change its direction with the help of the force. That means with the help of the brake and you change your direction. That is the applying the unbalanced force of this object, and the object will be change its direction. That is the inertia of direction. So many examples are there. You collect it from your books, you collect it from your surroundings. Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. And definition and explanation and example. Okay? Force, the two types of forces are there. One is the balanced and unbalanced force. Next part is the second law. Before the second law, you know the momentum. What is momentum? What is? What is momentum? Momentum P equal to M into V. Momentum is the product of mass and its velocities, not the speed. Momentum is the product of its mass and its velocities. But the quantity of motion possessed by a moving body is known as the momentum of the body. But definition, you write it from your books. Momentum of a body is equal to the product of the mass of the body and the velocity of the body is okay. So it is the product of the mass of the body and the velocity of the body or the object. So we denoted the letter P. The momentum is the vector quantity. Why it is the vector quantity? The mass is the scalar quantity, velocity is the vector quantity. Due to this vector quantity, momentum also the vector quantity. Momentum also the vector quantity. Okay. Momentum also the vector quantity. Next part. Suppose unit of momentum. Unit of momentum is mass into velocity. Unit of mass is kg, velocity is meter second to the power minus 1. So that is equal to kg meter second to the power minus 1. And dimension ml to the power minus 1. This is not in your syllabus, but you remember it. Dimension. Okay. So unit is kg meter per second, or in CGS system gram centimeter second to the power minus 1. This is not in your syllabus, you are not to remember it. This is the momentum. Momentum means mass into, it depends on the two factor. One is the mass, another is the velocity. If you represent with the help of the diagram, this side is the mass, this side is the momentum, the graph is this. If you draw with the help of the velocity versus momentum, this life is that. Am I clear? So this is the characteristics with the help of the diagram, and this is the momentum formula. So if mass of this object is more, the momentum is more. If the velocity is more, then the momentum is more. So thank you my dear student. Next day I will again discuss you.